Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot, and tonight we're going to do something we should have done a long time ago, and that's to finally finalise our dinosaur ranking list for Jurassic World Evolution. I've been holding out hope that maybe something else would be on the horizon, but it doesn't seem all that likely. So what we have to do instead is take all those dinosaurs and put them into a finished list. Now what you're seeing right now is the list as it was at the end of the last video. Things have shuffled around a little bit since then, and of course lots of new dinosaurs are going to come in from Return to Jurassic Park, but that is the list the way we ended it, and I'll explain the changes as we go through. So, with that said, we have, bringing us up to 74 total dinosaurs. We're going to look at Jurassic Park and Jurassic World versions as different dinosaurs for the purposes of this video. Let's get started with number one. No need to dilly-dally. So number one on our list, do you have food? You do not have water, but that's okay. We're going to pop out a Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. Adorable. So, whilst that's going on, we'll pop out the second. Just so we've got multiple skins going on. We may give it a little bit of water so it doesn't die. Actually, might just professional video here. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right. Kind of spoilers for the second one, eh? So, the Stegosaurus. Now, it may... I'm going to bring up some statistics right now. Well, the movement. And it may look like the Stegosaurus, with its new skins and slight redesign, has only moved up one space. But that's not true. Because there's so many new dinosaurs in the list and some other things have been jumbled around, the Stegosaurus actually moved up 9 whole places. As in, I feel like... Alright, buddy, calm down. I feel like the Jurassic Park version of the Stegosaurus is 9 places better than the Jurassic World Stegosaurus. Mainly just the colour scheme, the tail placement, the design on the plates looks a lot nicer, and nostalgia is a hell of a drug, ladies and gentlemen, and nostalgia is very much going to win the day today. I say that with no shame whatsoever. But you can see by looking at, well, what I brought up a minute ago, how the Stegosaurus has moved up in our rankings. And it is absolutely adorable. Could even place higher the more I look at it. Moving on. So, second in our list is, I wonder what it could be. Who knows? It's a Pteranodon. So, Pteranodon takes a respectable ranking, but not an amazing ranking. Well said, buddy. Now, there are two reasons. There's multiple reasons for this, really. First of all, the Pteranodon and the aviary itself. Shut up. The aviary itself is awesome. It's a great-looking building. The design inside is really, really cool. But I don't think we can credit the Pteranodon with the aviary. I'm not here to rank buildings. I'm here to rank the creatures. The dinosaurs, in this case, not a dinosaur. I'm just going to pop out the others as well while this is all going on. In the Pteranodon's favour, it's very easy to hatch them. They've got tons of different colours and stuff like that. It's really cool. And I will say, despite them being on a looped animation, it doesn't often feel like that. They do feel individualistic and interesting to observe. However, their presence as a creature contained within the aviary, in a looped animation, there's no feeding, there's no fighting, the looped animations aren't that exciting even if you don't always realise they're looped, means that, all told, the Pteranodon just can't take a higher ranking than the one it gets. I know the Pteranodon is very upset about this, aren't you? Yes, I'm very sad. Right, moving on to number 3 on our list. There you go, lovely 3 there. It is the Jurassic Park Ankylosaurus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to welcome a Pteranodon to the park.
That's not a Pteranodon. So of course our new Ankylosaurus has the skin from 2001 and from Jurassic Park 3. Now, Ankylosaurus actually moved up the second highest spots in this entire list. I'm going to bring up that jumping right now. It climbed a massive 27 places between Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. And the reason for that really is that I've always loved the Ankylosaurus. I think it's got a great design. But the skins of the Jurassic World version are so oppressively boring, much like another dinosaur on our list, that I couldn't possibly give it a higher ranking. I think the Jurassic Park version, the 2001 version with all these alternate skins, looks far, far better, far more interesting, and it makes it one of, if not the best, of the Ankylosaurids in the entire game now. So well done. 27 places better, Ankylosaurus. And yet that is a small climb compared to a dinosaur from later on, which I'm sure most of you probably predicted by now. But yeah, the Ankylosaurus is high up on my list. Not only the nostalgia, but the general colour scheme and just how much more interesting to look at it is than the default Jurassic World Ankylosaurus is. There we go. Moving on then, number 4 on our list is going to be a little tricky to spot. It's the Compsognathus. Loving the music change. And this is the problem. The compy, I'm gonna head into Ansel for this one. The compy is really cool. The design and the design, the animation, the colouring, everything on the compy is perfect. It looks like it is straight from, let me just zoom on in, there we go. It looks ripped straight out of the pages, well, the film screen of Jurassic Park 2 of The Lost World. It really does. This could be off trying to eat some little girl on a beach. It really could. The problem is just the inherent problem with the compy, in that it's so small that it's not there anymore. It's got fantastic animations, it sounds great, the colouring is great, the modelling is great. I can't even click the so though. It's very, very hard to interact with, and I'm very, very glad we got it. I think it was 100% necessary. And it earned a pretty good ranking. I don't have the ranking up with me now, but I believe it's like 25th or something like that. It earns a pretty good ranking. It's so small, as it should be, but it's so small that it makes it very difficult to give it a higher ranking, because you don't really see it interact with other dinosaurs. That means it's got less animations, stuff like that. So Compy, you are amazing, and I wouldn't change you, but I think this is like the maximum rank a Compy could ever really get, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's the bottom 4 of our top 8. Let's move on to number 5 in our list, and that is Tyrannosaurus Rex. I know, crazy. Now, as we know, Rexy didn't actually get a new model at all. A lot of the dinosaurs did get slight redesigns to their models. Our next dinosaur, even bigger one. Rexy actually didn't get a new model in the slightest. She got a new skin and some new normal maps and stuff like that, as far as we know, but not an actual redesign of the basal model. So that's why she probably doesn't earn a higher ranking. The skins themselves are great. She probably again earns a slightly lower ranking because the skins are mislabeled in Return to Jurassic Park for reasons beyond human comprehension. Well, she looks good. She looks now ripped straight from the pages of Jurassic Park, and again, I do favour that over the Jurassic World design. And if we bring this up here, you can see she does climb a total of 8 spots. It's not actually the lowest climb in our entire series either. Another dinosaur is going to move even less. I can't reveal number 9 on the list, by the way. You can see on the right-hand side, number 9 is not revealed. That's because it's the next dinosaur on our list. But Rexy's done very well, squeaks into the top 10, can't really complain. It's just a Rex, you know? I think at some point the Rex becomes so normalised as to not be that exciting, but she's a beautiful looking Rex, she's looking better than ever before, and we did get some cool alternate skins. I have no problem with the skins, just the way that they're labelled, really. Like, what have you got to do with Jurassic Park 3? Absolutely nothing. This is the 2001 default skin. I believe it should be the 1997 female skin. Moving on from Rexy then, what was number 9 on our list? What was the next one up? It was in fact the Triceratops, one of the hardest climbing dinosaurs in the list as well. Now I won't lie, I come here with bias. Triceratops is my favourite dinosaur, and I was always going to love Triceratops, and as soon as they gave us a proper Jurassic Park Triceratops, I was always going to love it even more. So I do come at this with a little bit biased, but if we bring up our list, we can see just how much Triceratops has managed to climb. A total of 23 spots between the Jurassic World Triceratops, which I gave a sort of middling rank. We actually initially had it much lower, we moved it to the middle, but it's climbed 23, breaks into the top 10 on new Jurassic Park trike. And it's not only the nostalgia, the new model is a lot nicer, I think it's a lot more detailed, the scale texturing is so much better, it's just a more professional job in general. But there is that little, there is that little hint of nostalgia as well. I do wish, I will say, as a one complaint against it, I wish it was bluer in colour. As we know, the Triceratops in Jurassic Park was actually fairly blue in colour, but you can see shades of it in there. It's not like a totally brown one like we had in the film. There are hints at the blue undertones underneath all the dirt and dust. And she's just so pretty. She really is. Look at her. Fantastic. Oh. So, a total of 23 spots. Well done, Triceratops. But not quite yet. We're moving on to number 7 on our list, and I actually need to give it a feeder. Whoopsie daisy, I wonder what dinosaur this could be. It is, of course, the Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus, our smallest climbing dinosaur in this list. I mean, how can you not love it, really? And I will say one of the reasons the Brachiosaurus climbed so little, only 7 spots in total, is because it was already a very high-ranking dinosaur in our list in general. In fact, it would have climbed a lot less if other dinosaurs hadn't come in and moved into that top sort of region and regions of spots. Otherwise, the Jurassic World Evolution version, the Jurassic World version and Jurassic Park version could have been just a couple of spaces between them. As it is, the Jurassic World version got knocked down quite a lot because the JP Rex came in and JP Triceratops came in. But still, the Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus then climbed very, very high in our list. And how could it not? It is a stunner. Out of all the dinosaurs in the game that give me that true, deep Jurassic Park nostalgia, Brachiosaurus tops the chart for me. It really is. It stands alone at the top of that chart. And I really love that they went through the extra detail here. So we can have a look at our 1993 Brachiosaurus there, looking lovely. And we can zoom on over here and look at the 2001 Brachiosaurus. This is the Jurassic Park 3 Brachiosaurus. And you can see that there is a difference in the shape of the head comb. On here, it's not really there, it kind of points forward. On here, it's more prominent, and it points backwards, because that's what it was like in Jurassic Park 3. And that level of attention and detail got the Jurassic Park Brachiosaurus some extra bonus points. Our final dinosaur for this list, our final dinosaur potentially ever for Jurassic World Evolution, is the 1993, 1997, and 2001 Velociraptor. And I'm just going to pop out these other raptors, and whilst I do that, I'm going to bring up the list, and you can see the news position for the Velociraptor. It has climbed, ladies and gentlemen, 54 spots in my ranking in order to take that very first position. I have long spoken about my dislike for the Jurassic World Velociraptor with its boring skins and boring design and poppified face. And then Jurassic Park comes out, Return to Jurassic Park comes out with some phenomenal redesigning, some gorgeous skins, the best dinosaur skins in the entire game. Not only are they incredible looking individual skins, by the way, not only do they look great, but there's such amazing variety of them. Now, of course, they benefit from the raptors in the Jurassic Park films always having really interesting skins, but they still had to make them. They still had to be put together. They still had to be included in the game. This raptor right here, the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor male, may be my favourite dinosaur in the entire game, bar none. This guy right here, I just think it is so incredibly cool. I love it so much. 54 spots, that is double the next highest with the Ankylosaurus. Jurassic Park was such a humongous improvement over the Jurassic World Raptors that I couldn't think of any other dinosaur that was going to take that #1 spot for me. I just thought, had to be you, didn't it? Had to be you. It's always been raptors. I mean, just look, if you want the Jurassic Park 3 Raptors, you've got 2 amazing skins for that. If you want the 1987 Raptors, we've got the Tiger Raptor with the big yellow eyes. If you want the 1983 Classic Raptor, you've got an amazing version of that. It's just incredible variety, and they go together so well, and it's a beautiful, beautiful collection of dinosaurs. I mean, this one's even got bloody quills on it, folks. Bloody quills. Look at them. Proto-feathers. That then is our final list, ladies and gentlemen. The final ever ranking of the Jurassic World Evolution dinosaurs. I held out hope for a long time that maybe we'd be getting another DLC, maybe a tie-in with Camp Cretaceous, and that could still be a thing, for sure. I've not written that off entirely. But I think it's safe to say that, generally speaking, Jurassic World Evolution has run its course. I think it's pretty much done at this point in time. Unfortunately, I think the game could have maybe been pushed a little bit further. We'll have like a post-mortem at some point on the game, I'm sure. This is like a goodbye a little bit. Don't get me wrong, we're not done with the game. We're still going to make playthroughs and stuff like that. But this is an acknowledgement that I think it's probably over. And I have held out hope for a long time. Don't get me wrong. But I will say, if you're going to finish on a DLC, Return to Jurassic Park was by far the best. It's not even close. There is no competition. I'm going to bring up my very, very final ranking right now. And you'll see some things have changed even since earlier in the video. I sat down, I stared at my screen, I just thought, this is my final ever dinosaur ranking. Is this what I actually want it to look like? So I moved some things around a little bit. The Brachiosaurus Jurassic Park version has actually moved up a little bit further and now kicked Iguanodon out of the top 3. Troodon dropped down below both Deinonychus and the... Come on. My second monitor's got all the information and it's just decided to break at this point in time. Okay, below Deinonychus and Stygimoloch, Nigersaurus dropped 6 or so places, quite a lot, and Dryosaurus climbed 3 places. Finally, the Parasaurolophus climbed 6 or so spots. It was very near the bottom, I'm not really sure why. That's climbed 6 or so spots as well. I could pick and choose and get a little bit higgledy-piggledy with the rest of this list. I'm sure some dinosaurs could move 1 or 2 spots here and there, depending on my mood that day. The Indoraptor could maybe be a little bit higher, but the alternate skins of the Indoraptor disappoint me so much that I don't include them. But generally speaking, that is my list. That is my final dinosaur ranking. Every single dinosaur in the game, 74 dinosaurs if you include the Jurassic Park variants. 73 dinosaurs plus a Pteranodon, I guess. It's been a long journey. We've done many of these videos. The list has been a massive pain in the ass to put together. But I would love to hear your alternate rankings down below. How different is your top 5? How different is your top 10? How much did Return to Jurassic Park and its new dinosaurs shake up your dinosaur ranking list? Is there anything on this list you vehemently disagree with? What's the worst ranking? What's the best ranking? You know, just talk to me, comment. I'll comment back. And we'll discuss the list, I guess. Thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, wow, final dinosaur ranking. If, of course, we do get a little bonus for Camp Cretaceous, we'll be back and updating the list once again, but for now, for at least, for a good long while at least, I expect the list to basically stay. It'd be so dangerous to have a nap as a Brachiosaurus, honestly. Oh, you're so cute! That's a perfect way to end things. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you lovely folks next time. Thank you so much for all the support over the last couple of years playing this game. It's a bit of a quiet year, I know, and you guys have noticed as well, but I'm hopeful next year, you know, with Dominion and hopefully some new games, it's going to bring a lot of big stuff, and hopefully you guys will be around for that as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye.